Detective Mowry asked Dylan about the doors of the house. She said the front door lock was broken, but the sliding glass door was the main point of interest. It was open when Officer Nunez arrived, and Dylan said she saw a man in all black walk toward the kitchen and out the sliding glass door. But at that point, they don't know whether the killer entered through the front door or not. The discussion then turned to Murphy, KAYLEE's dog, who can be heard on surveillance video.
Did you hear Murphy barking or doing anything?
Yes, he was barking a lot.
Throughout the night, or?
When I heard KAYLEE go upstairs, he was barking a lot, and then I could tell that he was outside. I don't know how the police found him, because he was in the house.
Okay.
But he has a puppy, he barks, but he was barking a lot if there was someone there.
And that was, at 1:32, or was that around 4?
When everything happened.
And when he was barking, when you first heard him barking after she was up there playing, did you hear him go outside, or did he start outside?
Murphy was with KAYLEE when they were like dancing. They walked upstairs, he was still with her. And then when she would yell, someone's here, he started barking in the house. And then I believe the slider door was open, and I think he went out that way, because I could tell like the sound of his barking was getting like more distant.
Do you think that Murphy would have went after him, whoever he was?
Maybe, but I mean, he's a puppy, he doesn't fully know that yet.
Well, he would just be, if anything, probably playing with him.
Yeah, I don't know.
When the guy in black left, did he close the slider, or did he leave it open?
I don't know. I just ran downstairs.
Correct. Okay.
Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. I'm a licensed cognitive behavior therapist and a licensed mental health counselor. This is on my thoughts, my speculations, and my opinions. This is the case of the Idaho 4. Today I'd like to talk about one of the main surviving roommates who happens to be the only witness alive who's allegedly seen Brian Christopher Kohberger. That is DM. Let's not forget that DM and BF took 8 hours, if not 9 hours, to call law enforcement and report the 4 victims unalived or injured or unconscious, shall we say. Up to today, we don't know who was unconscious, if it was Ethan, Zana, or if they all were unconscious. I personally believe that all the 4, there were actually 5 or 6 that were there when the police came. Hunter Johnson, Emily, Josie, her boyfriend JC, BF and DM, and Eva. All 7 knew what exactly happened, because DM and BF were texting each other, texting other people, taking photos for a whole minute. We don't know where they sent the photos to. DM said that she heard KAYLEE going upstairs the steps with her dog Murphy. She said first they were dancing in the living room. She heard KAYLEE and Maddie. She did not say she heard Zana, so I don't know why the reports mentioned Zana. She said she heard KAYLEE and Murphy. She addresses the dog as the dog, not her dog Murphy, going upstairs the steps. Then she says she heard KAYLEE running down the steps saying, "Somebody's here." Then she heard KAYLEE crying in the bathroom. She didn't say which floor. So was it Ethan and Zana's bathroom? Or shall we say Zana and DM's bathroom? Or was it the bathroom upstairs? Where was Maddie all this time? I find that kind of strange. She said she called the 3 surviving roommates. DM said she called the 3 victims, the 3 roommates, and Ethan, and nobody was answering. So that was a good move. But why didn't she call 911, the next step? That would have been more effective. Whether it was late for the victims, it wouldn't have been late for the crime scene, would it? It doesn't seem like DM mentions Maddie at all. She just asks towards the end, she asks the officer. The girls upstairs, like, did they make it? Is what she wants to know. And the officer says, we have to process the incident first. So obviously he's not going to give out information. But it doesn't make sense. And that has stuck out to me the whole time. And let's not forget, DM ran downstairs to Bethany Funky's room and she saw Zana lying on the floor. Why didn't she call 911? Why did they wait next day till 10 a.m., 11 a.m. to call Hunter and Emily? And it's impossible for one person. I'm not saying that Kohlberger is completely innocent. I'm just saying there's no proof. Show me Kohlberger leaving his car and going upstairs to the 2nd and 3rd floor. That would be something else. But to blame someone for a quadruple where the victims were tortured, literally tortured. I believe this was some fraternity ritual. They undressed Ethan. I hate to say that. May he rest in peace. They stripped him of his clothes. He was found in the sitting position. KAYLEE was found in the sitting position. Ethan was found halfway on the bed and halfway on the floor. I wonder if they tortured Ethan and made Zana watch. These people are so evil, they're capable of anything. So we are definitely finding out more. DM was at the party, at the Sigma Chi fraternity party. So was BF. So both the surviving roommates, Ethan and Zana, were all at the Sigma Chi fraternity party. So they would have known Ethan and Zana's timelines. How come there's no pictures of them taking together on the Visco app? Because Bethany Funk and DM use that app a lot. Why didn't they take that picture app? Why didn't they put pictures up in their Instagram? Where was Queen Kelly that night? I still have all these questions. I still can't get over the one that DM is saying that KAYLEE went upstairs with Murphy, her dog, and then she yelled that somebody is here. And then KAYLEE ran downstairs. That's all right. But then KAYLEE would have been downstairs. KAYLEE would have been found downstairs, not upstairs in the sitting position in Maddie's room. Something's not right. So what is DM confusing? And she saw a man. Now she's saying the mask was his forehead was covered. She doesn't talk about his eyes and eyebrows. She never mentions bushy eyebrows. Pay attention to that. No mention of bushy eyebrows.
But there are other interviews. When Dylan talks about KAYLEE playing with Murphy and going upstairs, I think she likely had her confused with Zana. We know that Zana was up getting her DoorDash order, which was dropped off right around 4 a.m., and her food was in the kitchen. We can see that in photos. Maddie and KAYLEE were in Maddie's bed upstairs, covered in blankets and sheets. So I can tell you, it was not KAYLEE at 4 a.m. dancing and playing with Murphy, sadly. It was like Zana. who yelled, "Someone is here," and ran to her bedroom from the second floor, followed down the stairs by the killer.
Now, we are all allowed to speculate, and I disagree with Angeli Levitt on that one from Law and Crime. It's very simple why I disagree. We are supposed to do our active listening and listen to what DM said. So we can't sit and speculate and guess, which we always do, what or who DM was trying to say. Whether she was trying to say if DM was trying to say it's KAYLEE and her dog Murphy, or if DM was trying to say it was Zana. She would have said it, which she did, Angela. She did actually say it was KAYLEE dancing with the dog, and then KAYLEE went upstairs with Murphy, and then KAYLEE said there's somebody here, and she ran back downstairs. It may seem to us like it was Zana. We may want to believe that it makes more sense that it was Zana, but that's not what DM said. Let's not forget that. So it's important to stick with the facts that DM said herself, which I don't believe are facts, in my opinion. So let's remember, KAYLEE clearly says that it was, sorry guys, DM clearly said that it was KAYLEE who went upstairs with the dog Murphy. And then she heard KAYLEE crying in the toilet, allegedly. So DM was awake, and I believe KAYLEE was awake, Zana was awake. I'm in doubt about Maddie. I wouldn't be surprised whatever number 9 put in Maddie's mouth could have OD'd Maddie, in my opinion only. My question is, if DM and BF both were at the Sigma Chi, how come they're not giving the description of what clothes Zana and Ethan were wearing? Who were they dancing with? Did they take any photos? Did they have any fight at the Sigma Chi? Although Officer Mallory asked BF and she said there wasn't anything out of the ordinary that happened. And then we have DM talking about the stalker, saying that KAYLEE told them a month ago when they were talking in a group, at home I guess, she said that there was a shadow she saw behind the tree, and the shadow, I think, called Murphy, and Murphy went to behind the trees, and then KAYLEE called Murphy back and he came out. I wonder if that shadow could have been Jack D, since he knows his dog so well, and since his professor was concerned over his behavior. Pay attention to how Hunter Johnson and Jack Showalter distanced themselves from KAYLEE. They both said they did not know KAYLEE. Don't you find that strange? I really find that strange, because in the noise complaint on 16th August 2022, we clearly see KAYLEE opening the sliding door and Hunter opening the sliding door with her when detective, was it his name Roosevelt or Rosom, came there. Whichever officer came there were 2 officers that came there, and he was telling KAYLEE that I don't want to give you a penalty, keep the noise down, others I'll have to give you a penalty for 300, 400. And I don't want to give you that. I would rather that he spend that money on alcohol, is what he said. Found that concerning as a counselor. Really disturbing behavior in this university, especially with the cops too. As counselors, as police officers, as lawyers, as parents, we're supposed to keep our children safe. We're supposed to give them good advice and not advise them like saying, I don't want to give you a penalty, otherwise you'll have to pay $300, $400, and I would rather that you spend that money on beer. What kind of principles and morals are we setting is my question. I want to know what DM was doing that night. Where was she? Was she at the Sigma Chi the whole night? Where did she end up going that night? is the question. She said she was with a friend, a female friend. Who was that female friend? Is it the one who was taking the picture with her and showing her tongue? BF said she was with a female friend too. Who was those friends? And I can't avoid but not notice how DM, Hunter Johnson, and Jack G, his nails look like. All three of them, his nails look like they're in a terrible condition. Their thumbs and everything look the same. It's really concerning. The first concerning thing is, why would anyone take 8 to 9 hours to call law enforcement? Is DM and BF trying to tell us that they did not hear KAYLEE and Zana fighting for their life? KAYLEE was being poked on the face 24 times, on her teeth. Imagine how painful that was. God forbid. They had to be at home, both BF and DM. And hearing all that, they couldn't have just locked themselves up in BF's room and ignore it. No, because they were texting each other. So why are they lying? Why all this nonsense? Let me know what you'll think. DM, Jack D, and Hunter Johnson need to be properly investigated, and BF, in my opinion. Josie and her boyfriend too, because they're hanging around with them, and Emily and Hunter Johnson, definitely. I believe Ethan's triplets know more than they're saying to. Let me know what you think, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. May the correct justice be served.